right? As to the age of victim, it submits that since the accused is facing the trial for offence punishable under section 12 read with section 11 of the POCSO Act, it is the duty of the prosecution to prove that the age of victim was below 18 years on the date of incident. Full stop. In view of the provisions of section 2 bracket 1 next bracket small d of POCSO Act, full stop, accordingly the burden lies upon the prosecution to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the victim was a child as defined in aforesaid section. Full stop para. On the point of age of victims at the relevant time, victim's mother PW3 has testified that her two marriages were performed and she gave two sons from previous husbands and have a daughter oblique victim from latter husbands who abandoned them after birth of her daughter oblique victim. According to these witnesses, the incident occurred on 5th December 2021. At that time, her daughter oblique victim was running 17 years of age. According to this witness, victim's date of birth is 12th December 2005 and its entry was taken in Municipal Corporation Pune. According to this witness, victim born in Sasun Hospital Pune. Para. Further, in the context, victim oblique complainant bracket PW2 has testified that at that time she was learning in 9th standard at JV School Jalna and her date of birth is 12th December 2005. According to this witness, they handed over the document of original birth certificate bracket exhibit 18 to the police. Para. By relying upon the aforesaid material placed on record, learned special capital PP for the state has submitted that it has come on record that the incident was occurred on 5th December 2021, and the date of birth of victim is 12 December 2005, and it is thus clear that the victim was 15 years 11 months to 23 days of age at the relevant time of occurrence of incident. Moreover, in the context of the documents of birth certificate of victim issued by Municipal Corporation, Pune, bracket exhibit 38, the learned special PP has submitted that such a certificate issued by the public authority requires to be relied upon for purpose of alleged birth entry of victim came to be taken at that time. Accordingly, it is contended on behalf of the prosecution that the prosecution has proved the fact in issue that the victim was a minor at the relevant time of incident. Para. On the other hand, learned advocate for the accused has submitted that considering the stringent provisions of the POCSO Act, the prosecution ought to have proved beyond reasonable doubt that the victim was a minor at relevant time of incident, but the prosecution could not do so. In the context, the learned advocate has pointed out that during the cross-examination of victim's mother PW3 by the defense, the omission in her statement before police brought on record about the alleged date of birth of victim. In the context, the learned advocate has further brought to be noticed that complainant oblique victim through whom the said document of birth certificate bracket exhibit 38 brought on record, has not stated her alleged date of birth in her complaint before police bracket exhibit 36. As such, it is submitted that capital IO concerned did not record supplementary statement of the concerned witness at investigation. The learned advocate has further pointed out that said document of birth certificate bracket exhibit 38 does not disclose on what basis or on whose information said entry came to be taken at Pune. Full stop. In the context, victim's mother bracket PW3 has made a mere statement that victim born at Sasun Hospital, Pune and entry on her date of birth by taken in municipal corporation, Pune without giving explanation as to why, such as a victim's mother who alleged to be resided at Jalna, had have an occasion to make such entry at Municipal Council Pune. Full stop. As such, it is contended on behalf of the defense that such birth entry without its source of information cannot be relied upon. Full stop. Accordingly, it is contended on behalf of the defense that the prosecution has failed to establish and prove beyond reasonable doubt that the victim was a minor at relevant time of occurrence of incident. Full stop.